Well, not surprisingly, the city of San Francisco has some of this country's most far-out sanctuary city laws. So far out that even a fairly left-wing mayoral candidate is fed up with them. Angela Alioto is collecting signatures for a fall ballot initiative that would scale back the city's sanctuary policies that for years she supported broadly. Currently, city law blocks the police from reporting even habitual criminals and those suspected of felonies to federal immigration authorities. Alioto says that needs to change as the city is becoming a magnet for illegal immigrants who are also dangerous criminals. Angela Alioto joins us tonight. Angela, thanks a lot for coming on. So I just find this, it's a measure. I doubt you and I agree on much politically, which is why I wanted to talk to you. I don't think that you consider yourself a conservative. That's probably true.
No, I don't.
So I guess the headline here is, the policies in your city are so crazy that even you who support sanctuary cities says enough. Is that a fair assessment?
I not only support sanctuary city, I wrote the law. I wrote the law in 1991, and it was amended in 2016 to add felons.
Why would someone amend it to add felons, people who are demonstrably dangerous to the citizens and taxpayers of your city? What was the idea there?
I have absolutely no idea. But as the author of the sanctuary law, I find it totally unacceptable. And so I'm writing this ordinance for the November ballot that says that dangerous and serious felonies are simply not going to be allowed to have the protection of a sanctuary law. I mean, it absolutely makes no sense that the elected officials of San Francisco don't understand what the people of San Francisco want, and what they want is to not have felons protected. But the elected officials want to protect the felons.
So, I mean, that's kind of the question. In a democracy, big policy should have popular support. Are there hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands, dozens of San Franciscans who say, you know what, I want my city to protect dangerous felons?
Not that I know of, because I've been out on the campaign trail for 5 months, and I talked to people about the fact that my sanctuary law was amended to add not only misdemeanors and felonies, but dangerous and serious felonies with up to 3 within 7 years, some ridiculous wording. And the people are aghast. They're like, they don't even know that that's what was in the sanctuary law. But when they find out that it's in it, they're really shocked. And I have great support from the people. However, from the elected officials, they had a press conference 2 hours ago, all of them lined up in front of City Hall, condemning me and calling me names, basically, because I want to take felons out of the sanctuary law such that they are not protected should they commit a serious or dangerous felony. It just is so.
What are they saying about? I mean, it's like a bare minimum for governance. If you're in charge of a city, you ought to be putting the protection of your people ahead of everything else. No? So what were they calling you?
Well, I've been called a Nazi. I've been called Trumpian. I've been called a fascist. I've been called a racist. I'm a civil rights lawyer. I've won more civil rights verdicts throughout this nation in the last 18 years than I won the largest civil rights verdict against Wonder Bread. And then to be called a racist and a Nazi and a fascist because I'm taking felonies against children, felonies against other human beings out of the sanctuary law I wrote that was intended to protect families and children staying together in San Francisco once they got here undocumented. So the entire intent of my sanctuary law went out the window when they amended it and added felonies. And right now, they're trying to make the community think I'm trying to abolish the sanctuary law itself. So now certain communities are up in arms, and it's blatantly absurd. I am going to go forward.
So when you walk through, I hope you, and we're rooting for you. I never thought I would say this about anything you're for, but I'm rooting for you in this case. But quickly, since you're from San Francisco, your family's been there a long time, you walk down the street, you see junkies shooting up, you go to Union Square, and there are people living there and defecating on the sidewalk, and the city's protecting felons, and normal people are leaving because they can't afford it. Do you think, I don't recognize this place? Do you ever think that to yourself? Like, what city is this?
Well, again, I'm a mother of 4, the grandmother of 5, a very successful civil rights attorney. If you had told me a year and a half ago I was going to run for mayor again, I would have said I don't think so. But I have to tell you, walking through the streets, seeing such poverty on the streets, something I've already addressed before and was extremely successful at addressing, seeing this unbelievable outbreak of people sticking needles in their arms and then slumping over, and other people just walking by and going to their jobs. It's totally unacceptable to me. That will not happen when I'm mayor. I will take them off the street and give them the care they need. We don't need any more money. We have the money in the budget. But to walk by and pretend that it's okay that San Francisco, an iconic city in the world, looks like a third world country with people on the streets dying is horrible. That's why I'm running.
You know what? You better stop there, because I'm about to send you a campaign contribution, because I don't think I can control myself. I can't do it, but I want to, because what you're saying makes such sense. Angela Alioto, I know. I can't believe I'm saying nice things to you, but I really am. Godspeed. Good luck.
Well, listen, please go to www.violentfelonyreporting.
I can't let you do that, but I'm rooting for you. Thanks a million. Up next, a new study shows that climate models may have exaggerated carbon-driven global warming by as much as 45%. That's science. Why haven't you heard about that? We'll tell you next.